Welcome to a 1v1 on Road to Kharkov. This is going to be Vipuks, who I'm sure we have all seen play many times before. He's a finalist in the Star-Crossed Cup. Very talented player. He's going to be playing as Ost here in the South Base on Road to Kharkov, and his opponent is going to be Bird, playing as U.S. forces in the North. Bird is going with the double rifle opening, and Vipuks is going with the grenadier opening, so nothing too super surprising there. But Vipuks has already chosen his commander, Luftwaffe Supply, so it looks like he's
we have a fresh grenadier squad.
he went into this game knowing exactly what he was going to do. Going to be trying to work on his Luftwaffe Supply play, and his opponent has also already chosen, although that's slightly less unusual considering that actually, you know what, both of these commanders have 0 command point abilities. So they're both going to be taking advantage of their early commander abilities, elite riflemen from Bird, and possibly the airdrop medical supplies from Vipuks. Bird is moving here towards the strategic point, and grabbing his cutoff and also his fuel. Meanwhile, Vipuks actually sent his pioneers straight north first, and then sent double grenadiers here across the left side to grab the back strategic point and fuel point, and he's actually going to be a little while actually before he benefits from any of these resource points because he has to take this cutoff. So I think his capping order was a little strange actually. Pioneers actually were about to put up some wire there, but they did get caught by riflemen. They're going to have to reposition, moving back around towards the south. Rear echelons continuing to cap here in the middle.
Knock it off.
And riflemen making their way down towards that strategic point. I also just remembered I don't have music on. I like to have music on these. Okay.
All right, you dopes, listen up.
Riflemen making their way towards this strategic point. Rear echelon troops headed for the victory point. Pioneers about to engage these riflemen. They are in a better position though. They have cover, and he's as soon as the riflemen turn away, he actually tries to construct some wire, but they turn to fire on him and he has to cancel. Lots of back and forth dancing between these two squads here. The Pioneers are going to get back into a green cover position. The riflemen charged over open ground, but they've done too much damage. These Pioneers aren't going to be able to stand up to them. He's going to lose that squad if he doesn't retreat right now. What's he doing? I'm not sure why he was so slow to retreat that. He loses the full squad of Pioneers. This squad of Grenadiers is moving up to join the engagement. He's also got a squad of Grenadiers over here. But riflemen, the elite riflemen, are moving up on the left side. He's got a third squad trying to finish capturing some munitions over here. He doesn't want to lose control of his cutoff as he's only just now really barely taken it. And here we go. We have airdrop medical supplies getting dropped. And I think he does benefit from the defensive bonuses, but not the healing, I think is how that works. Yeah. Oh, full rifle squad goes down on retreat there to that grenadier squad on almost maximum range. Look at that. I think that the accuracy boost, or whatever the defensive buff is there, really helps him turn the tide of that engagement, taking out a full rifleman squad. But of course, he also lost a full pioneer squad. Ouch.
We are losing a sector.
But meanwhile, over here on the right side, rear echelons are going to have free reign to continue to harass. Now that the Pioneers have been taken out, he doesn't have a good counter harassment squad that would be cost effective. Sending a full Grenadier will weaken him against these riflemen. So that loss does hurt him a little bit, but still he's traded quite effectively, having taken out a full rifleman squad. It's just a matter of getting some territory back. He's really behind for territory right now. Kind of had a weird capping order in the beginning, which kind of set him back, especially against the superior capping power of U.S. forces. We do have rear echelons about to engage a Grenadier squad here on the right side. The Grenadier should be able to force them away pretty easily, but he does, of course, need to be wary of volley fire. New Pioneer squad being called in. If we take a look at his headquarters, he's got Battle Phase 1 researched, so he's probably going to be throwing up Tier 2 as soon as they're done constructing. We have an ambulance hitting the field from Bird. No officers purchased yet. Neither one of them is in progress either. He's got 100 fuel saved up, so he can easily afford one. He even has the manpower for one, so kind of strange almost not to see one called in. It looks like he's going to be investing in rifles quite heavily here. We do know that he's lost a full rifleman squad, so maybe he wants to bolster his rifleman ranks a little more before taking up. His tech's been slowed down a little bit in that regard, and Vipuks has moved up here and grabbed the strategic point, cutting off this resource point. Bird is taking up a position behind all of this green cover. Vipuks is going to attempt to pin the American player here at his cutoff, moving a machine gun up, but he puts it in a pretty exposed position right there. Those riflemen will have no problem forcing it away from their position in that green cover, although Vipuks did just pick up some medical supplies again, I think. Oh, no, never mind. I guess the buff wore off a while ago. Riflemen are suppressed. More medical supplies being dropped here in the back. He needs to heal up before re-entering combat. And he just produced a 2-2-1. That's going to be on its way up to help him combat these riflemen. These riflemen here in this green cover position are about to get forced off. More riflemen moving up, but they get suppressed before they can make it up into the green cover, and that's really hurting his ability to just finish that thing off. And the Grenadiers are actually going to circle around the cover and get a Faust off on the ambulance. There's one. I don't know if he's gonna, he doesn't have the munitions to go for a second one. He's just gonna try and finish it off with small arms fire. These riflemen are suppressed. These are not, though. Oh, I don't think that is going to get away. And the machine gun is alive, but is retreating. He does finish the ambulance off with small arms fire. I think Bird could have closed the distance a little on those Grenadiers, put a little more pressure on them. Also, he could have possibly used volley fire to suppress them, keep them from chasing. Unfortunately, it's not how it played out, and the Grenadiers were able to take out that ambulance almost unpunished, although apparently he lost a Grenadier squad somewhere. He's only got 2 Grenadier squads now. I'm not sure what happened. Something happened somewhere. Caused him not to have that Grenadier squad anymore. I don't know. 2-2-1's moving up here in the middle.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
Taking shots on these riflemen.
Ambulance taking the field.
And
Reinforcements in.
some harassment here on the left side of Victory Point, which Vipuks is going to not do much about. And we have a half-track hitting the field, so he's actually investing quite heavily in light vehicles. And I certainly don't blame him. Oh, Bird just stole those medical supplies. They won't heal him in combat, but they will allow him to heal up a little bit after this engagement, which he should almost certainly retreat from right now. Not sure what he's doing. He's gonna lose his full squad if he doesn't retreat. He was trying to get an anti-tank grenade off. That was pretty much pointless. Maybe he wanted to damage his engine so it wouldn't be able to chase. He didn't realize that there was going to be a half-track on its way, but he should have retreated as soon as he picked up those medical supply boxes. And the half-track does manage to take out another full rifleman squad. I think he's just losing rifle squads left and right. It's really hurting him. He has rifle company, so at the very least he can replace his losses with... why are these guys red? He can replace his losses with veteran riflemen.
Rifle squad ready for action. The enemy
So that's something, but it's still really expensive. But I know that he's had a couple squad wipes of his own, so pretty bloody battle on both sides.
Field promotion. Stand ready.
Nice use of that half-track to chase down and kill that retreating squad. Pretty impressive. You don't see that very often, actually. That Auster half-track. It's pretty unusual to get that window of opportunity, but he did, and he took full advantage of it. He even actually managed to perfectly position it between the 2 riflemen, so that both machine guns will be firing. And Incendiary rounds being used on these riflemen here in the green cover. It's at maximum range. Oh, they left cover. And get suppressed. Meanwhile, over here, grenade going out. I think. Does nothing. Just trying to get a squad wipe on those rear echelons, but he noticed just in time. Meanwhile, more riflemen moving up into a position behind green cover. We do have BARs getting purchased on these particular riflemen. Still no officer unlocked. Bird has 190 fuel. I think he's holding out for Easy 8s. I think that's a mistake, personally. Because he could have Sherman, I think, very soon. Your first Sherman is 50 plus 90 plus 110, so 250. So 50 fuel away from a Sherman had he been taking up this whole time and skipped all other tech purchases. Whereas he's 5 full command points away from Easy 8, so not sure what to think about that. And of course, not teching up will also mean he doesn't have access to the Scott, doesn't have access to the Jackson, both of which have at your disposal. He's just gonna have to try and do what he can with Easy 8s though, I guess, and riflemen. But if he's gonna do that, he really needs to make sure he stops losing his full squads. Vipuks being really slow to retreat these Grenadiers. Get out of there! I'm not sure those are gonna get away. Although Bird needs to chase, and he's not chasing. He should have. Yeah, I think he definitely could have wiped that squad if he had chased. I'm not sure why he didn't.
The Luftwaffe reports it can now paradrop medical supplies on your command.
Oh well. Vipuks' hold on the map remains very secure. Healing up with the medical supplies, continuing to circle around and apply pressure on this from this angle with these Grenadiers. He's got his light vehicles, scouting, providing vision, knowledge, and firepower counter-harassment in this sort of area of the map. He hasn't done a whole lot of harassment over here, hasn't been a whole lot of counter-harassment on the right side either by his opponent though. So his presence over there hasn't been too effective, but opponent hasn't countered it much either. Pioneers get themselves a little exposed though, take some damage. These riflemen are just sort of bedding up, sitting here in green cover. These Grenadiers are engaging them at range with LMGs, continuing to reinforce out of the half track. He's engaging sort of semi-cost ineffectively right now, but it doesn't really matter because he's got map control. So even though manpower-wise he might lose out a little bit trying to take on these riflemen in green cover, he has the entire map, and it's really not a big deal for him to just stall by out-reinforcing his opponent here and just keeping this firefight lasting for the entire game. The Americans fighting reinforcing out of this ambulance, and the half-track reinforcing, or the Grenadiers reinforcing out of the half-track, because the American's not going to really gain any ground if he just continues to just sit here in green cover and fire at these Grenadiers over and over again. Although that Grenadier squad is getting dangerously low, and it goes down. Vipuks just lost that full Grenadier squad due to a pretty unfortunate retreat path. He let himself get focus fired. He wasn't using the Luftwaffe medical supplies. Wasn't really using cover either. He was just kind of just standing here in this road. I can't believe he just let himself get focus fired down like that by all those riflemen, and that's gonna leave Vipuks with once again only 2 Grenadier squads. His machine gun is vet 2, but his army is looking pretty small. If it weren't for the fact that he was wiping American squads left and right this whole time, he'd kind of be in a rough spot. The rear echelons have also continued to do a lot of harassment here on the right. Grenadiers counter-harassing the victory point. We do have riflemen moving up here on the left side, trying to get in range to take out these light vehicles with rifle grenades from the looks of things, but they're getting suppressed by this machine gun, and everything is forced to make a full retreat. Bird is now up to 7 command points. He has 180 fuel. He did tech captain for the bazookas, I think. I don't know for sure if he plans on actually purchasing any tier 2 units other than his captain. I would imagine that the Stuart would be tempting. Just lost his ambulance. Stuart could be tempting considering his opponent has no anti-tank guns and has 2 light vehicles. That being said, considering it looks like he's holding out for Easy 8s, Stewart is going to put a pretty big dent in his fuel. It's not going to allow him to get his second Easy 8 as quickly as he probably wants to, and judging by the fact that he hasn't queued one up. It's looking like he's probably not going to be bringing one in. Riflemen are continuing to run into this machine gun and get pinned. It's already Vet 3. 15-minute Vet 3 machine gun. It's pretty impressive. So it's gonna be tough to take out.
We're losing, man! Enemy forces are securing our territory.
Vet 3 on the scout car too, up to 13 kills. Gets a little gets a little close to that rifleman squad. It does get rifle grenaded there. But the flamethrower burst and the riflemen were forced away. Once again, he has nothing to follow up on that munitions expenditure there. So a lot of munitions being wasted on rifle grenades against that scout car. Grenadiers trying to take out the ambulance again. There's 2 dead ambulances right here. Trying to go free, but it's not going to happen. The Captain's Thompson damage is a little too much. Oh, they dropped a bar. Okay, apparently those Grenadiers had a BAR and they just handed it back. Wow, if Bird were just a little more on point this game about chasing retreating squads and doing so much, that would be the second squad that he could have wiped easily by chasing, but he didn't. Panther hits the field. Look at that. Wow, and both bazooka shots penetrated. That's something you don't see every day. So that Panther is going to be a pretty good preemptive move to what he assumes. I think is the Easy 8. Easy 8s that are on their way. Indeed, there is an Easy 8 already on the field, making its way up the road. Here it comes.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
And I think that the Panther will win against this Easy 8 here. Yeah. Shot against Easy 8. Penetrates. Oh, that shot penetrated. Just slugging it out here at maximum range. Missing shots. Rifleman moving up the screen. That machine gun's taking shots on rear echelon troops here, and rifleman in this house, but it's extremely low. It's gonna get taken out really soon. He should probably retreat that. He doesn't want to lose that Vet 3 machine gun. He should really get that out of there. What's he doing? No! Vet 3 machine gun gets taken out by riflemen. Meanwhile, Grenadiers moving up over here. Vipuks forces are really looking weak. He's only got 2 Grand Squads again, as well as a host of vehicles. His vehicle micro has been just almost flawless, but his infantry need to be more careful. Easy 8 dealing massive damage to that Panther. Looks like an anti-tank rifle grenade is being tossed, but it's going to hit the frontal armor and do nothing. Yeah, there it goes. Panther shots are doing nice damage to the Easy 8. It'll be finally forced away. Looks like he's going to try and chase. I think that could be a mistake, considering all of these riflemen available to screen and potentially damage his engine. Unless he's intentionally baiting more munitions expenditures. Yeah.
Reconnaissance flight set to go.
Bird's not doing great for munitions. He hasn't, so like, he's not going to have the munitions to be dropping white phosphorus, for example. Can't afford quite as many upgrades as he would like. Doesn't have any upgrades on this squad. Not sure how many of these squads have double VARs versus just one. But he's been tossing a lot of those anti-tank rifle grenades, and they're not cheap. I don't know why I say tossing, because you shoot it out of a gun. Out of a tube. Yeah, but they are 25 munitions, so you can't just be shooting those willy-nilly. Repairs going up on the Easy 8. Looks like he's a little hesitant to evacuate the crew. And the tanks keep getting thrust back into combat situations before they've been fully healed. Oh no! Yeah, it's the third ambulance to add to the ambulance graveyard. 750 manpower's worth of ambulances going down. It's a pretty important factor to consider in the economic balance of these two armies. Even though grenadier squads have been dying left and right, that's 3 ambulances getting taken out. So despite that, not that many rifleman squads being taken out, 3 ambulances is pretty hefty losses. Trying to engage a Panther at maximum range with 2 easy 8s. Doesn't look like it's going very well for him. He's just sort of serving to vet that Panther up. Once it hits vet 2, it's almost an unkillable monster truck, so... That's pretty much unavoidable at this point, sadly. Just like 3 shots, I would say. 2 or 3 shots more, and that's going to be a Vet 2 Panther.
Enemy is taking our territory.
MG8 trying to move up for a shot on that scout car. Takes a shot from the Panther. Lots of back and forth cat and mouse between these medium tanks escape. Panther shot misses on the Easy 8. The second Easy 8 is way back there getting repairs. And Easy 8 is taking a bunch of damage, not punishing the Panther in return, which is going to be Vet 2 extremely soon, just giving his opponent Panther so much free veterans. He's going to get punished for that. He's definitely going to get punished for that, and his own anti-tank is a little bit lacking. 2 Easy 8s is, in theory, probably enough to take on this Panther. Of course, you have to take into account Panzerfausts. Come down to positioning and micro, like everything always does. And of course, trying to get a good rifle grenade off of his own on the flank. Where's the other tank? Why is there a vehicle crew? I'm confused. Where did this vehicle crew come from? What's in here? Oh, there's rear echelons inside. Okay, interesting decision. Panther's now at Vet 2. He's not going to have a whole lot of luck penetrating it from the front anymore. Shots continuing to bounce. That Easy 8's extremely low. It's trying around the corner. But there it goes, and Panther's barely even taking any damage at all. Just calling in an incendiary strike on these riflemen here. Doesn't really connect. That is actually doing kind of okay damage to them in addition to LMG and pistol machine gun fire. MG42 has been recruited here in the south, and it's going to force that rifleman squad away, and the American players slowly getting whittled down. Can't really afford to lose another tank like that.
We fight bravely for Panther ready.
Oh! Is that a squad wipe? It looked like one. I don't think so though, because he didn't. He had 3 grand squads, right? Maybe not. I don't know. Captain engaging some grenadiers over here. And the rifleman and Thompson almost win that engagement, but a few models of the captain dropping us to make a retreat. Oh, a bunch of shots penetrate on the frontal armor of the Panther there. There's also an AT gun making its way up. The Vet 2 Easy 8 does have better accuracy.
This enemy is taking our territory.
Frontal armor, but he won't miss, I guess.
The enemy is attempting.
And a second Panther has been fielded. Oh jeez. There's no way the American player's gonna be able to keep up at this point. 2nd Panther. Nice flank by those riflemen, though. Forcing a reposition by that machine gun. Almost wiping it, but it is reinforcing out of that half-track there. He gets the victory point decapped and makes a quick retreat. Meanwhile, he's got forces trying to grab the central victory point. Some grenadiers over here are going to be forced to retreat. Easy 8 AT gun and some riflemen holding down the center. AT gun firing on the Panther. Shot does not connect. Just slightly out of range. There's lots of juicy targets with that AT gun here. Vipuks could probably just drive straight into his opponent's army with those Panthers and be pretty much fine. Not that he's in some big hurry.
We are losing a sector.
Playing it safe and whittling down the victory points is probably the smarter thing to do.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
We have a full complement!
Lots of back and forth between these Panthers and the AT gun once again. AT gun actually sniped some grenadiers, I think. Or no, now it's the Easy 8. And Easy 8 is Vet 2. That's 14 kills. So
We have a full squad!
it's pretty potent. And finally his 2nd Easy 8 will arrive, giving him some means to boosting 10 against his opponent's medium armor. Oh, Captain almost went down. There are screening troops here, though. I'm not sure if Vipuks is watching those grenadiers. He's gonna lose the squad. No! There's 2 busy microwave tanks here in the middle. Dangerously close to losing this grenadier squad as well. AP rounds go. What is he doing? Run! AP rounds going out on that Panther, but it is the Vet 2 Panther, so it has very thick armor. Only 2 grenadier squads remaining now. This one's not sure what that one's doing.
Our opponents are seizing
And the repairs on the Panther continue. AP rounds run out on the AT gun. Oh jeez. Riflemen barely make it away. Anti-tank grenade does connect with the Vet 0 Panther, but there's not really any safe way for the Easy 8s to follow up on that. Wow, look at that. Vipuks is bringing in a Panzerwerfer. Bringing this in, I suppose as a response to his opponent's AT gun. And just rifle blobs in general, I guess. Hopefully he'll be able to clear out that AT gun with that. Rifleman making a charge with Easy 8 support on the machine gun. Oh, takes a nasty tank shell, almost wiping the squad. Captain makes a nice flank from the left side on the Panther. Gets some good penetrating shots off. Rifleman continuing to maneuver around here. Vipuks kind of scrambling to get some new forces into position to push this back. And the Captain will be able to take control of the left side victory point. Control of the center and right side still pretty firmly in the Americans' hands. Harassment attempts going down on the right side, though. Taken away from the enemy. Captain has to retreat as Vet 3 on this Panther now. Ability and rate of fire. So this is going to be even speedier than it normally is, which is pretty speedy. Panzerwerfer is firing, though. That was a terrible barrage. That hit nothing. I wonder if he fired blind. I think he did. I think he misjudged the location of that AT gun. Nice shot from that Easy 8. The Easy 8 is going to hit Vet 3, so they're both maxed out on veterancy. The Panther is blitzing in. The EZ8 does have improved rate of fire. Unfortunately, the AT gun was not well faced for that engagement, and the Panther's going to be able to get away pretty much unpunished. What was that noise? Oh, a plane crash. Okay. And that was a recon overflight getting shot down by the EZ8 Top Gunners, I think.
Reconnaissance flight ready at your disposal.
Riflemen continuing to move up.
I think we have their attention!
Repairs continuing on this Panther. Looks like more harassment happening over here on the right side. Grenadiers will be able to take that point. Captain moving to counter, but that's probably not going to be sufficient. That Panther there. EZ8 doing what it can here in the middle, and a third EZ8 has been fielded. Oh, and he finally gets a shot off on the scout car. Vipuks does round the corner just barely in time. And I think that captain, yeah, the captain just went down here to the harassment attempt over here on the right side. His opponent wasn't quite paying attention to his infantry there. And it just goes to show how micro-intensive this medium armor can be. It's very difficult to watch your infantry and two or three or four vehicles all at the same time. Look at that Grenadier squad very nearly going down. If he had chased, once again, probably could have wiped it, but it didn't. Panzerwerfer moving up to get a close range barrage off on the AT gun again. Here it comes. It didn't do anything. Man, it is so unreliable for figuring out team weapons. Oh, that Panther's getting a little ballsy. Gets a good shot off on the EZ8. Against tank gun is not able to punish it for its aggression. Nice rifle grenade will clear out the AT gun. Meanwhile, this EZ8 is getting repaired. Second Panther moves up to supplement the damage. EZ8's going to get pushed back. Oh, main gun destroyed. Lucky break for that tank there. Broombar is being produced. He skips tier 3, so you can't get an Ostwind or a Panzer IV. The Broombar is pretty much his only anti-infantry armor option, considering his Luftwaffe supply. And it should be pretty effective. Certainly it won't do that much to EZ8s. It's a bit of a risk in the sense that he does risk getting outproduced, knowing that his opponent has so many tanks. But could potentially be worth it if he's able to get some squad wipes.
We have our reinforcements! They're attacking! We're dying here!
Oh man, retreat that squad. Oh, please don't lose that! What are you doing? Oh jeez, yet another Grenadier squad gets lost to the intensity of the vehicle micro.
Did you need something? Receiving fire!
Vipuks is definitely playing the vehicle game. He has so many vehicles. This infantry, not so much. Triple vet EZ8 moving up. Oh, nice shot on the scout car there. Pulling back already. Oh, look at that rate of fire. Panzerwerfer firing here. Didn't really do anything. EZ8 should probably... Oh, there it goes. Rifleman actually finished it off. Panther taking heavy damage. Is not going to be able to keep up with that EZ8's rate of fire. It does hit Vet 2 just in time. Another Easy 8 circling around over here. Ooh, it's gonna catch that Broombar. Broombar and a heavily wounded Panther. The other Panther's all the way over here, and it's not being moved to support. Oh, and what is that Broombar doing? It's exposed its rear armor to both of these Easy 8s. He's gonna go in and chase. Blitz being popped on this one. Oh, shot misses, and he's gonna be forced back. He doesn't even chase the Broombar. That was definitely a lost opportunity. If he had been a little bit more on point about going in on that, he could have punished Vipuks hard. But he wasn't, and he didn't, and the stalemate kind of continues here. The victory points are really kind of running out for the American player. He's only got 96 left. They are ticking in his favor now, but he's going to be forced off the field once again as he does some repairs, and he's actually got 200 fuel, but he just can't keep up in manpower. He's just got one too many rifle squads, I guess. Gonna keep on continually having to reinforce. All triple vet, all of them upgraded except for this one. He also produced a new captain, which is not expensive. The new captain is 300 manpower, I think. 320, sorry. So, pretty hefty expenditure there.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
Easy 8s have been repaired and are making their way back to the front lines. Top Gunner's taking shots at the recon plane. The recon run is over anyway, it's flying away. Panzerwerfer barrage firing. I think it managed to land everywhere except for where the enemy units are.
Reconnaissance Stuka, fueled and ready to fly. The enemy is taking our territory.
Easy 8 taking shots on these Grenadiers, trying to out-reinforce his opponent though. Out of this half-track, the captain is going to be able to take control of the victory point. Broombar forcing back some riflemen here. Easy 8 doing some damage to that Broombar, and it's all shots all seem to be missing. AP rounds being fired by that anti-tank gun, I think. There it goes. One shot there penetrates, one bounces. Panther will hold its position, continuing to fire on the Easy 8. It will now pull away around the corner, although it has taken minimal damage. Easy 8 continuing to fire on the machine gun. Panther tries around the corner. Meanwhile, Grenadiers grabbing the point here in the center. Nice rifle grenade. Ooh, 2 models. I guess that wasn't that bad. The LMGs are sufficient, of course. The riflemen to retreat. This Easy 8 will have some fresh repairs. Continues to wipe Grenadier models here, forcing them to pull back to this half-track position. Meanwhile, the machine gun got decrewed by a nice flank by these riflemen. Broombar forces them to make a retreat. Vipuks will once again have to make a push for victory points. Although the American player needs to make a push for the central victory point here.
The enemy is down to 75 points.
Broombar getting some repairs. A lot of manpower being spent by Vipuks here to get these fresh Pioneer squads out for a moment. For a little while, he didn't have any, making it difficult for him to keep USF's repairs. Panzerwerfer firing. I can't believe how terrible those Panzerwerfer barrages have been.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
These Grenadiers are so clubbed. Panther moving up the screen. Heavy damage being inflicted on that Broombar by the AT gun. Needs to be careful. Riflemen retreating. All the shots are bouncing.
The enemy is taking
He definitely had the munitions for armor-piercing rounds. He still does. Guess it's just not, just doesn't think that would be a worthwhile expenditure. Certainly not guaranteed to work, but they do boost your odds. Easy 8 taking heavy damage. Panthers blitzing in. Could try to close the deal. Oh, no, never mind. That AT gun is a little bit too intimidating. He just wants to grab the victory point. Oh. And there it goes. He destroys the gun outright with his Panther. His opponent does have enough to bring in a third Easy 8. No, he doesn't. He just purchased something else. I don't know what. Reinforcements. Panthers in pretty good position to push back this Easy 8 charge. They're taking shots at infantry. The broom bar doing what it can to these riflemen as they make an attempt at pushing. It's not purchased smoke, even 40 minutes in. It's making it really difficult for him to close the gap against his opponent. Repairing continues on both sides. Panzerwerfer barrage going off. Oh, finally! Finally, a good barrage wiping the vehicle crew. Almost wiping those riflemen. Forcing back that Easy 8. It does close the distance. The Panther closes the distance. Takes out one of the Easy 8s. Another one has an engine damage from Panzerfaust, and this one has just barely freshly hit the field. So for a very, very brief moment, the U.S. Forces player did have 3 Easy 8s, but he's back down to 2. Vipuks continues to whittle his opponent down. Easy 8's moving up over here on the right side. Repairs continuing on the Panther. And both of these players are limited just by their manpower, not by their fuel at all. Vipuks has 350, Bird has 200. But they both are just constantly reinforcing their riflemen or grenadiers here on the front lines, desperately clawing at the victory points, not really able to get a firm hold because of the constant back and forth dancing they have to do with the tanks to keep them repaired and alive. Panther taking shots at the Easy 8 from range. Oh, dangerously close to getting taken out. Those riflemen are trying to move up. Finish it off with a rifle grenade, but it does get clear. Oh, nasty broombar shot on the captain, almost wiping him out completely. He has to make a quick retreat, but the riflemen here in the center should maybe be able to capture the point. They are going to be under broombar fire. Oh! Very nearly wiping out that rifleman squad. Panzerwerfer barrage going off on the riflemen. Doesn't do anything. PAR riflemen pushing back those grenadiers. Easy 8s pushing back the boom bar. Desperately fighting for the central victory point. Bounce. Oh, white phosphorus barrage. Okay. Buy him a little bit more time, holding on to the central victory point. Open up a route for his riflemen to flank around the north. Repairs continuing on the Panther here. Panzerwerfer ready. This next barrage, 30 seconds. Vipuks is really quite limited in his ability to repair. You can see that the American player has a lot more repair power at his disposal with the vehicle crews. It can self-repair. As Vipuks is constantly having to move his Pioneer squads from tank to tank, making it difficult to keep everything top condition. If only Bird had not lost those 2 Easy 8s early on, he would have 4 Easy 8s right now and probably have no problem out repairing and out producing his opponent. Unfortunately, that's just not the way it worked out. Ooh! He needs to follow up on that. That broom bar is definitely going to go down, maybe. Easy 8 just blew his first shot on the Panther. Nice screen, nice use of that Panther to screen. There it goes though, out of control. Broombar will get taken down. Easy 8 may have overextended itself though to take it out, and the Panthers retaliate and destroy that Easy 8. And that is going to be a loss that I don't think the American player can recuperate from. Vipuks
Capture complete.
grabbing the central victory point. GG being exchanged, and the points are going to slowly run out.
Enemy armor has engaged us.
Enemy can taste defeat. They only have 10 points remaining.
And that's the game. I think the American player quit or surrendered or something. Either way, it doesn't matter. Well played by both sides, for sure. Lots of infantry squad wipes, though. I think both of these players could have been a little bit more attentive to their infantry. You could tell that they were furiously microing vehicles, Vipuks in particular with his light vehicles. But that's alright. I certainly enjoyed watching. I hope you did too. If so, you can always send me a replay of your own. I'm happy to do a cast for you. Thank you for watching.